Good morning, everybody. This week's project is I'm going to make a water filter system to speed things up, and also because I've already started using one type of system. I have already drilled a 3/4 inch hole in this bucket right here, and I've cut out a 4-inch hole in this bucket here. The reason why I've cut a 4-inch hole in this bucket is because I use the Sawyer water filter system. I wanted it so that way the bottle would fit down inside there, and then you could use it as a gravity fed water filter system. I'll show you how that works here in a little bit. Okay, so this 3/4 inch hole that I drilled in this bucket right here, this is for your faucet. Okay, I'll be putting that on in just a minute. Okay, so the next thing you got to do is you got to drill a 1/2 inch hole in your top bucket. Okay, and you need to make sure it's perfectly centered. What I normally do is I will take a razor blade and I will cut off the little nipple right here that's in the center of it right there, and that way you ain't playing around with your drill bit trying to float on you. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so got a 1/2 inch drill bit. You don't really even have to use a drill. You can just use a 1/2 inch bit, and you can turn it because most of this plastic is thin enough that you can kind of hand drill it. I want to try to make sure I'm directly in the middle. Okay, just drill a hole. Try to stay as straight as possible. Seeing how simple that was? Okay, so I got my 1/2 inch hole. Let me grab a piece of sandpaper real quick. All I want to do now is go down inside here and make sure there is no burrs. You see there's a little bit of plastic right in here, so you kind of want to get that off. Okay. Okay, so we got that. Next thing you want to do is take your filter. Okay, in this case, all I'm going to do is fold back the bubble wrap on it, because according to the directions you don't want to get your hands on this because it'll leave an oil residue. So all I'm going to do is fold back my filter, or the bubble wrap. See, that's all I'm doing is folding back the bubble wrap so I can put the filter in. You're going to take your little nut off, wing nut. You notice you got 2 washers. You got 2 washers. You want to leave 1 washer on, okay? Then you're going to take your filter, go from the inside. And what you want to do, hopefully it's a little tight. That's what you want, is to be a little bit tight when you push it on. Okay. Okay, I got to pull it back out. This filter's been sitting for about 2 years, and they suggest that if it's sitting that long, kind of shake it up. So that way you activate the charcoal, because the charcoal gets packed inside of it. So you just kind of shake it up. Okay. In actuality, you can smell it. Okay, then put your filter on. Put your other washer on this side. Okay, you can see it right here. And then take your wing nut and screw it on. Make sure you're putting your wing nut on straight and you're not cross threading. Okay. Just keep tightening until you know that it is pretty tight. Normally what I'll do is tighten it all the way down, then I'll turn it 1/4 turn, which is normally what you do in plumbing also. Okay, and what I'm going to do is grab another bucket real fast. And I'm gonna set this down because you don't want to push up on here, because it will literally break your ceramic filter. So all I'm gonna do is set it down on there. At this time I'm going to take the covering off, which is a paper covering and a bubble wrap. Okay. There's also a cloth sock on here. Well, that is the cloth sock. My mistake. That is your cloth sock inside there. Okay, and all you got is your ceramic right here, and inside of it is got charcoal. They suggest to check your seal by putting about 1/3 of a gallon in, or so. So let me grab something real quick, put some water in. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and set this right here, take everything out of this bucket. Well, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to set that off to the side for right now. We're going to set this bucket off to the side for right now. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and put the faucet on. Okay, what you want to do with the faucet, you can come with 2 seals, and they're kind of I want to say funnel shaped. Make sure that the funnel on both your seals are pointing towards the bucket. Okay, on the outside it'd be pointing this way, on the inside it'd be pointing that way. Okay, and what I did is I measured up 1.5 inches from the bottom. Okay, then you're just gonna push that on. Then you're gonna put your other seal on. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I won't lie to you, I'm trying to hurry a little bit because I realized that I needed to replace the battery. Okay. Now this has a very flat side. The nut has a very flat side, then it has a side that has writing on it. What I'm going to do is put the real flat side on it towards the seal. Again, make sure you do not cross thread nothing. You want to make sure that your faucet is straight up and down. And you can adjust it later, but best thing to do is go ahead and try the first time. Okay, you're going to hand tighten it and 1/4 turn. Now on my water barrel, what I did is I put a coat of silicone on the outside and on the inside, then put my seals on. Okay, so we got that. I'm going to go ahead and set that off to the side. I'm going to put my bottom bucket lid on, which has the 3-inch hole on it. And I'm going to take my filter bucket, set my filter bucket on there, and make sure it's straight. Okay? Next thing I'm going to do is get some water real fast. Okay, and at this time I'll pour the water in there. Ooh, that made a mess, didn't I? Okay, I'm going to lift the bucket with the filter on up and see. Okay, right now there's nothing coming out, which there shouldn't be. Okay, so I got a good seal on that. And the reason why there shouldn't be no water coming out is because it takes about half an hour, 20 minutes to half an hour for the water to penetrate into the charcoal and everything and get the filter good and wet before it will actually start dripping. That's pretty much the case on any gravity fed filter, unless you're putting force pressure behind it. But for right now, what I'm going to do is go ahead and get some more water because I want to check the seal of the faucet. Okay, and no leaks there. Make sure the faucet works. Okay, the faucet works. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, the faucet's working. No leaks. Okay. Still nothing coming out of the filter. Put a little bit more water in it. And do it this way. Excuse me for walking in front of it. How's this? Instead of walking back and forth. Okay, I've got the filter completely covered. And if you can see with our outdoor water, I haven't run it much today, so it's going to be a little brown. I have a whole house filter. However, my one outside faucet isn't hooked to my whole house filter. I mean, I just couldn't see hooking it where water that I was going to be spraying on the garden was filtered. Okay, I reckon we just got to give it a little while, but at least we know we ain't got no leaks there. Once you do all your testing and everything, they suggest taking a gallon of clean water and mixing it with some chlorine and wiping all your buckets down, wiping the inside, your faucet, everything down with Clorox and wiping it off. However, on your filter, they say do not get no soap on it and don't get no Clorox on your filter because it'll deteriorate your filter. Also on this particular filter, it's called, let's see, it's just called ceramic water filter. I bought it, like I say, about a year ago. It's the email is www.emergency-hto.com. I think it was like $35 or something like that. They suggest replacing it every 3 months or every 5 months. My mistake. And but to me, that's quite often, especially considering that the Sawyer filter is 1 million gallons. So that's what they suggest. And the only time you need to use a sock, the cloth sock, is when your water is real dirty, got sediment like sand in it or dirt in it. Then they suggest you use a sock. I don't have that problem for what I'm going to be using it for. so I'm not going to put the sock on. Okay, they do provide a little scrub brush and some rubber bands to put around the cloth sock when you put it on. Okay, they give you this little tube right here. In actuality, the tube is supposed to be on the bottom of the filter, but it's not going to change anything when it starts dripping. It just takes a while for it to actually start working. What I want to do is show you how I use the Sawyer water filter. And if you give me just a second, I'll take this bucket off, set it down on here. Okay, all I do with the Sawyer is screw it into my bottle. You can use a 2-liter bottle. You can use the little bag that comes with it. However you want to do it. But see, my idea, which is what I have been using, is I just take this water bottle. I've got a hole in the bottom of it. That's the reason why I've got my finger on it. And the reason why I have a hole on it is so it makes it easier for gravity fed. And you can see that it's filtering right now. Let go of the hole. If you don't have that hole on there, what's going to happen is take 3 days for that 1 liter of bottle to actually empty into your bucket. So by putting a hole on it, what it does is it releases the pressure, so in that way the water will go through the filter. Also, it prevents the bottle from sucking tight and smashing on itself. Okay, hope y'all enjoyed. That was this week's project. And if you have any questions, or if I can think of anything I should have added to this, I'll add it before I post the video. Have a good evening.